Education, this is a biggie. 40% of our budget, 20% of the state budget, K through 12, another 20% on higher ed. We are teaching kids in many cases kind of the same way we taught them 120 years ago. And there is competition. We realize it on K through 12 because we're very insular. And we think that we have a monopoly as a state government in delivering private education for the most part, because there's about 109,000 students in K through 12. There's about 9,000 kids that are either homeschooled or doing that, and about 3,000 homeschooled, and about 9,000 that are in parochial schools in our state. But at 109,000, we have the state-delivered education is essentially monopoly market share with not much competition, and we have to figure out a way through our own efforts to try to adopt the technology and the approaches and the processes to help transform this. The picture was taken here at Kindred School, Go Vikings. They had all the elementary kids out there working on an hour of coding, teaching kids about how to code. Private partnerships involved that were there. Microsoft was there. 4-H ambassadors was there. I mean, this was an incredible day with incredible energy, with kids learning all kinds of things. Again, legislature deeply involved. Senate Bill 2186, the innovation bill. This is about bottoms-up innovation. This is not top-down, Washington D decides, Bismarck decides. This is each individual school district can adopt an innovation plan, and they can decide locally what they think the best way to try to drive education, hands-on, experience-based education in their areas. To get out and really understand more about how we can make that happen, we have created a K through 12 task force. We've been holding our meetings. This one was out in Garrison, home of the troopers, and I had a chance to interact with students there as part of that task force thing. We're going to Oaks next week, but we're going to continue to get out into the schools and understand what people are doing to help drive these innovative initiatives forward. And last year we had a great governor's conference on innovative education in Bismarck. About 600 people attended. This year we're just now announcing that the Innovation Education Summit's going to be 2 days long. It's going to be at Northern Cass, which is a consolidated school in Northern Cass County, which absorbed Arthur, if you've heard of that town. Anyway, it's you guys know the history. The Knights merged with the Hornets and the Braves and became the Warriors, and then the Warriors merged with the Eagles and the Gophers and some other people, and now they're the Northern Cass Jaguars. But basically everybody I played now goes to the same school, is sort of how I think about it. But we're all of our arch rivals, except for the Castleton Squirrels, are not part of this group. But anyway, this is going to be a great event. My challenge to all of you is to get out there and to do that. And we may have is the Northern Cass School Board President Susie Carlson here? Wave your hand. Yes, no? There she is over there. Thank you for hosting us, Susie. We look forward to seeing you at Northern Cass. Thank you. Higher Ed Governance Task Force. Again, we've got a governance system in higher ed that's been around since 1939. We've decided it's time to take a look at that. We're going to work through 2018. We may or may not, depending on the results of the work of the task force, have legislation to be introduced to the legislature or to the people a year from now. But we've got this awesome task force. The task force had over 230 applicants. Getting down to 150 was hard. Getting down to 100 was really difficult. Getting down to 50 was impossible. And then from the 50, we had to pick 15. But we have a fantastic task force. The Chief Justice is one of the ones that's serving on this as well. But we've had our first meeting, and we've got some traction going in terms of taking a look at how we want to take a look at this thing. The goal here, of course, is to make sure that, again, we do lots of listening. And part of that listening is that the governor's office is going to do education tours. So during this year, I'm going to get to all 11 campuses around the state, starting with Minot State this afternoon. But we are going to, let's go Minot. Here we go. All right. But we want to listen to the needs of students, faculty, staff, the community, and we want to make sure we get an understanding of where we are, and then understand how can we create a governance system that allows our higher education to be nimble and dynamic at a time of dramatic change, at a time when knowledge transfer and knowledge creation is changing at a different and faster rate than it ever has. We have to figure out how do we get our education system to match that.